Hello everyone, my name is Isra and welcome back to Imperial Splendour, where we are using the Swedes. So, let's go ahead and jump into the battle, which I promised in the last part. So, I'll just have to say right at the start, this part is going to be a bit shorter, which if you have checked out the timeline, you probably know, unless I actually reevaluate that. But I think this is going to be a lot shorter, and there is a very simple reason for that, and that is the fact that I want to have this part out today, and I couldn't record before now, so what I'm going to do is to play this, and render it, and upload it as quickly as possible. So if you're in the, almost at the UK, but yeah, I guess it applies there as well, but if you're in the EU, you're probably gonna get this late at night, well, late in the evening, but if you're in the US, you should be getting it at a reasonable time. Anyway, we are deploying. Also, all of our artillery are fixed artillery. And another thing regarding artillery, a lot of them, actually all of them that aren't howitzers, all of them that are, well, not all of them that aren't howitzers, I guess mortars also fall into that category, and that's definitely not the case. Cannons like this, they do not fire in like massive arcs like they do in Darth mod, so therefore you can't place the artillery back here and think that your line of tree standing however the distance in front of that is guaranteed to be safe. That is not a guarantee at all. So if you want to use lots of artillery, either you kind of do it the style of placing out an infantry unit and then an artillery battery, infantry unit, artillery, so on. Or you do like this, you make actually massive gaping holes in your defense if you do not have these guys protected. Because you can't really, as I said, stand in front of them to try to protect them. That is not gonna work. So what I'm going to do is to have cavalry ready to try to jump on any attackers or any would-be attackers coming in to try to stop that. But I don't think we need all of these guys. I think we should be satisfied with 2. And we will have, let's see, I think I'll do it like this. There we have it, and final thing we need to do is this, and then a little bit of this. And there we have it. We are ready to begin. Yeah, by the way, the artillery does have arcing fire, but it's not as massive as it is in Darth mod. And we have cavalry. We have incoming cavalry, as a matter of fact. Okay, our line infantry, they have the square formation, which is awesome. But I don't think they will be going for that. I think they will actually be going for our artillery, which makes sense from their perspective. But of course, that means that I must devote a few resources, aka my cavalry, into defending that. And yeah, cavalry can definitely pack a punch in this mod. Fortunately for me, Russia is not really considered the strongest cavalry faction, but they can still do loads of damage. It's really their artillery I have to worry about, but something I have actually going for me is the fact that if there is any artillery that can actually match the Russian artillery, then there is the Swedish artillery. Well, at least in Europe. I think the maybe you can say the Mughals also have an advantage. Not an advantage, but they can stand toe-to-toe with them. Also, apparently clicking a direct attack order actually makes them exit the square. So that's interesting. Let's see if I can actually get the square moving. Also, we have cavalry coming in to help. And our artillery is focusing on the enemy artillery, which is, well, it's doing an okay job of it. But unfortunately is not too accurate. So I rather shift fire over to something I actually see as a threat here, and that is the melee infantry. No, it's not a melee infantry. Huh. Well, it is in Dartmouth. Apparently that's not the case over here. Anyway, they should still be fairly non-amazing units. Okay, we'll not target them anymore for obvious reasons. I was almost about to state the obvious reasons. That would have been slightly weird. Anyway, we can actually take a look at our melee infantry. And this might be the melee infantry, actually. No, it's still not. Anyway, we have now plugged the bayonet, because that's the only way of actually getting a bayonet on our units. Also, I think we should be holding our fire here, seeing that our cavalry is well engaged with the enemy units. There is General Brent. And his artillery is taking a pounding. Finally, one gun goes down. But it's not really gonna matter that much. This is definitely not a fight which is going to be won by artillery constantly barraging each other. Also, they got pretty well cut up there. I didn't lose that much manpower there. Let's see, I didn't attack with these guys. Oh, still, these are regular line artillery, and I think these are... Yes, these were the men with longer ranges when it's... I can't remember the stats of them, but just off the top of my head, I just remember they having a pretty awesome range. Anyway, I must have clicked an attack order right there. But let's try to... Goddamn timing. So yeah, that happened. Oh well. I guess I'll replenish. Of course, as you saw in the last part, that cost me a bunch of money to do. So it's not something that is really wanted out of that. Oh, these guys actually returned. Well, we need to clear them out. And where are the other? Oh, there they are, standing right in front of the artillery. That seems like a wise decision. Let's see, retreat you guys. And actually, I don't know really the friendly fire capability of the cavalry. Let's see. I might want to test that. Okay, so it's not doing any damage on the run through like that. It might do some damage if I actually like full out charging them, because that does happen in Dark Mode sometimes. Also, I might not have mentioned it, but this is of course to clean up all the units and completely annihilate that army. Yeah, and yeah, these guys need to be killed properly, and that will be well done with a bit of fast forward. So those guys are down to a number which I'm satisfied with, so we can just go ahead and take our decisive victory. And that was correct, that was decisive, it wasn't like heroic, like I see sometimes this game tells me that I have an heroic victory, when I had more men than they did, and definitely had the advantage, and I still get the heroic victory. But that's a good thing that it was not the case this time. Also, some units escaped. I suspect that it's mainly general, actually, escaping. So there went all of our money. That's still a lot of fun. And let's stand here and guard the bridge until these guys are replenished. Also, let's use our rake a little bit and take a quick look around. I should probably take a look down here towards Kiev, because that is one of their strongest cities, and it's one city that they will use to build up armies once Moscow is actually captured by me. Traditionally, in my experience. Anyway, how's our income? Satisfying, I guess, but this army is definitely taking a lot of money to keep active. Also, I might want to shift these guys over towards the Swedish front right here. It's not really a front because we're not at war, but as I mentioned in the previous part, the Danish and the Swedish are often at war with each other. So I think I'll actually have them go over there and basically just garrison Stockholm until we are done with the Russians, so we can have some security there. And we are good. We are done for this turn. So I will try to have that army fully replenished, that army guarding this bridge over here, and then I'll try to go for Moscow. And then I might leave it there, or I might just simply auto-resolve. Depends on how well defended the city is. Right now it doesn't appear defended at all, but if they are sending up an army, actually, just take a quick look back. Yes, they're garrisoning it slightly, but I'm not seeing any reinforcements yet anyway. Also, I don't suffer attrition because I'm Swedish and I'm badass, so I don't suffer attrition during winter. So, in that sense, the Swedish are actually slightly OP, I would say. And not only from the mod standpoint, but like in-game, on the campaign map. But I guess you can argue that with several nations. And I guess that also comes down to the historical... Well, not in the case of the non-attrition part, but historical accuracy, like Britain having an awesome navy, France having a good and strong army, and so on and so forth. Anyway, we are not getting attacked, not yet. And let's continue with the replenishment. Also, my technology should have research by now, or maybe next turn. Let's see if we have gotten our ring bayonet, which of course makes the Swedish into killers, without having to make their musket completely useless. So, let's see, we have replenished. And, as far as I can tell... Okay, I just have to go through this guy, because I want to... Okay then, so apparently my movement range was... Never mind then. Yeah, it showed his movement range being like to here or something, but I thought, yeah, that might have something to do with I had to pass that guy if I didn't want to infiltrate that unit beforehand, so it only showed him being able to reach like here because I had to walk off the beaten path. But what I intended to use him for was, of course, to have him scout out. And what he finds is still a very much undefended city. Well, it's definitely defended, but you know what I mean. It's not a strong garrison at all. And is it the same army we just utterly annihilated? I think it is, actually. Let's auto-resolve that. And we lost about 100 men. That's acceptable. And here we are. So, I think I will be fighting this battle. It will be interesting to see how how the Firelock shitizenry, as I like to call them, because they're shits and basically doesn't do that much. But it will be interesting to see how they do in this mod, and just how fast they break, or if they can actually put up a fight. Traditionally, they can't really put up a fight, but they actually seem to have a longer range than my line infantry. That's weird. But anyway, I'm going to fight this, just to take a look at that and check the AI out in that matter. But anyway, that is going to happen in the next part, and due to the settlement's fortifications here, I'll probably fight a battle, but I really don't like fort battles. But I guess in this case I might have to make an exception. because I don't want to wait for a strong Russian army to come by, if there are any. Anyway, as I said, that will happen in the next part. So, I hope you enjoyed the quick look at the combat you saw in this part. Like if you do, comment on it what you thought about this part, and if you're not subscribed already, you should be considering subscribing. Anyway, that is it for now, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.